Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Welcome for the second show of the day. It is your wake-up call, a chance to have a little bit of a sneaky-peeky look ahead as to what is coming up across the day today. Thanks for joining us earlier on, by the way. The first of the new breakfast shows that we're doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I thought it went all right, to be honest with you. Apart from the fact all the paper pads weren't open, but other than that, we styled it out. It was fine. Deals were good. We had some fun. We had prizes to give away. More tomorrow. Make sure you join us for that. But this show is all about, as I say, having a look ahead to what we've got on the shows coming up today. We'll do a little bit of previewing, although we're a little bit sort of like hand-tied for the fact that we've got a 60-minute deal show coming up for you this afternoon at 2 o'clock. So obviously we can't preview what is in that show because the deals are only live for 60 minutes. So you'll need to be in that show to grab the deals. They'll go live right about 10 minutes before the show, and then they will disappear about 10 minutes after. But we'll get through as much as we can in this show. For anyone who missed the early show, we've got a few bits and pieces to show you from that. And also, because they were so popular yesterday, we thought we'd have another little look at the amazing fruit boxes as well, because these flew out the door yesterday, so a bit of a second chance for you to jump in and buy. And I'm delighted to say that joining me to the side studio is the lovely newest recruit to Crafters TV, the one and only Sheila Halliwell. Is this your first wake-up call?
Yes.
Do I detect a little bit of nervousness?
Yes, this is my first show. So, yeah, I think the nerves are okay. And I'm hoping I've got my earpiece in, it's all taped in nice and fine. Going to do a little demo. I'm excited to actually join in with the show.
Well, and we can't wait as well. You were saying before the show you were just like a little bit nervous, but like you've done the shows, you've been on air, so you'll be fine.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah.
Send all of the Sheila love in, please. But your demo, you're going to be looking at the fruit boxes in a bit, aren't you?
Yes, we are looking at the fruit boxes because they're so amazing. I've never seen fruit boxes like this, and there's so many things you can do with them. And I don't think, necessarily they're just for kind of summer. We've seen lots of different ways that people have used them, obviously predominantly for summer, but I think we can add a little bit of twist with one or two and maybe use them at other parts of the year as well. So hopefully we can give you some ideas.
Let's say a few of those, and then before we get into the fruit box, I'll just show you the goodie bag you might have missed on the breakfast show this morning. My tablet's having a bit of a moment, so apologies. I'm not on me. I mean, I am on my phone, but I'm not on my phone, if you know what I mean. Going, oh, no. This is work stuff. I'm reading the comments off here rather than, because it's not. Radical Rachel is on the socials for this show. Nana Kim, 54, says, good morning from North Carolina. Trudy Bickham says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. And Mary Shaw says, hello again, everyone. What a great first show this morning. Mary, thank you so much. And thank you for your picture that you sent in as well. We'll feature more of those tomorrow. I've actually just sent off the 10 pictures we're going to feature tomorrow morning to Jamie for that show. Laurie Barnett says, good morning, everyone, from Gilbert, Arizona. And Robin McMurray says, hello, Sheila. I cannot wait to see you craft.
Ah, good morning. Thank you. I hope I can get into the swing of it and give you some ideas, and hopefully we'll make some fun things as time goes on.
Robin as well, I don't know if you were watching till the end of the last show, but you were our winner in the last show of the prize. If you don't know, you need to message CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Trudy Bickham says, Sheila, you will be fine. She will be fine. You'll be fine once she gets into it, in the swing of it. And one more comment coming through from Debbie Wilson for now. It says, good morning from New Jersey. Before we get into the fruit boxes then, very quickly, just wanted to show you this goodie bag from this morning. We had over 100 of these, less than 100 now left if you want to grab them. Sadly, this isn't a tariff-free deal. However, Betty, who is in the US, did say that she, I think she bought it basically, and the tariffs when she shopped for it added up to about 36 bucks. So if you look at it like that, if you're a platinum member, should be $146. So it's about 72. So it's a half price deal. It's not as good as what's on the screen, but if you do like what's in here, you can get it for half of the price. If you're in the UK, £28 is the platinum price on this. But look what you're going to get. Your 3 items that you're going to pay for, the first of which is my favourite paper pad. It is the unbelievably beautiful vintage scrapbook. It's It's Phileas Fogg. It's 80 Days Around the World. It's all of those kind of beautiful postcards and tickets and stamps and pictures of all those different places from around the world. Beautiful kind of like old-fashioned script in there. You've got the nautical theme in there too, with the compasses and the spyglass and the sailboats. You've got the maps of the world in there. It's just such a glorious paper pad. Love the hot air balloons, which you can snip into as well. You've got your clocks, your old-fashioned bikes on there too. But 24 sheets in there. You're getting 12 designs, 2 sheets of each. So you're paying for that within the bundle. Also, within this set, you pay for your entwined hearts. Create a card die, that one. Bit of a die grid, really, because it's going to create that beautiful heart effect in there. I've just seen, got Debbie Robinson's favourite sentiment on that one as well. But it's an edgeable as well. So an edgeable / create a card die. Pay for that. And then also your Love from Cupid set 2, which is that 4-piece, like mini sort of love collection, if you like, with the heart with wings, Cupid, and that beautiful arrow. And then everything else you're going to get in here is absolutely free. So one of our textured embossing folders, which is the Swirling Waves, that's going to work really, really nicely, I think, with your coastal collection if you've picked that up recently. It's 6x4 in size, that one. We've got the Vintage Vegas sort of sparkle collection, if you like. It's actually called Fabulous Las Vegas, but it allows you to create your own Vegas sign. You've got stamps, dies, templates, and the sparkle in a little pot in there as well to be able to do that. You've got your 3 rolls of washi tape. So that is your vellum washi, black sentiments on there with like your day-to-day things as far as sentiments are concerned. Happy birthdays, that kind of thing on the rolls. You've got a Happy Valentine's Day die. That's back next year, 14th of Feb. You've also got your Majestic Unicorn die. This one is that edgeable. It is your embrace your inner unicorn. Get your illusion film out and make the main fabulous, darling. You've also got your little mini punch in there as well. That's your 5/8 of an inch circle punch. All of this is free, don't forget. Opportunity for you to try out one of our amazing duet ink pads. That's the Shimmer ink pad in the Midnight Rose. So you're going to get that 2-tone, 2-colour effect once you add your water in. And then you've got your shimmer on that one as well. And because one's not enough for free, I'm giving you 2 paper pads for absolutely nothing. It's the Easter pad, which isn't necessarily so Eastery. Look, I mean, yes, you could use this at Easter, but all year round, all year round, all year round, all year round, all year round. Easter! All year round, all year round. Easter! All year round, all year round. Easter! But you can see what I mean. It's a very versatile pad. You got that for free, and then you've also got your Celebrations pad for free. This one, actually, I missold this earlier. I said it was 24 sheets. It's 36 sheets in here, and you're getting 12 designs, 3 sheets of each. Just, again, a really lovely colour palette. A little bit more sort of pastel, I suppose, really. A bit more muted colours in there, but lots of different designs, spots and dots and hexagons and like gingham and stars and stripes. It's a beautiful pad, and you're getting it for free. I think we've got about 80 odd of those left now if you want to grab them. £28 or $36 is your platinum price on that, but you are going to have to work very, very quickly indeed to jump in and grab that because it won't be round for long. Something else which won't be around for a particularly long time, the way these are selling, is the treat box collection, the fruit treat boxes. This is the final deal. It's tariff-free as well. I'll show you the boards very quickly. These aren't necessarily the most exciting thing that you'll see today. Sheila's got some finished samples. She's going to be crafting with this in just a second. But these are the boards to basically show the elements of what you're going to get, because in each set you get stamps, you get dies, and you get templates. The majority of the kit is templates, and that's how you're going to make the boxes. That's why we've been able to keep the price as low as it is. So this one is your melon. One in a melon. I mean, what a great name. So you've got your templates here to be able to create the box. Dies to add your kind of sort of extra layers, if you like. That's the sort of rind of your melon. And then you've got your stamps in here as well. You're the sweetest. Thanks a melon. And you're one in a melon. Then you've got... Producer George is a big fan of melons, apparently. Live Your Zest Life is the next one, which is your lemon, or it could be a lime, or it could be an orange, or it could be a grapefruit. All of the templates there, dies, stamps, and then you've got your strawberry, which is the berry best. That's what it's called. You've got your templates here, then you've got your die, that's your little calyx. and then you've got all of your sentiments as well with that. Now, you can buy those individually if you wish, but if you are in the US, you will be charged a tariff. If you want to get this tariff-free, you buy the bundle for $51.20. It's everything I've just shown you. Then you're going to get a bottle of your tacky glue. You're going to get a quick dry ink pad in the Fryer Brown, and you are going to get 3 lots of our Centura Pearl Christmas red, Christmas green, Christmas green, Christmas red, and then you're also going to get a set of our Centura Metallic in the pale gold, 10 sheets of that, so 30 sheets of cardstock. That is $51.20 or £36 if you are a Platinum member. I'll fix my tablet up, come back and say a few hellos in just a few moments' time, but let's get over to Sheila. This is a really fun collection, and as we were chatting to Debbie yesterday, it's not a collection that's going to allow you to make something in 5 minutes, but it's going to allow you to sort of have a deep dive into a particular sort of craft, isn't it? And you have a nice fun afternoon with a set like this.
Yes, yeah, I think so. Myself and Debbie were talking about this last week, saying it's quite nice. I think because we've got so many dyes now, and we've got lots of ways of crafting in a quick way, that this is kind of going almost like back to basics, and it's great for beginners. If you've not got a die cutting machine, you've not got dies, you go, well, how do I make boxes? And this is how we always did it, using templates. I've kept all my templates over the years. I've got hundreds of them, and you know what? They never get old. So this is a great way of actually sitting, and like Ben said, it's really nice and relaxing. You can get your scissors out and have a cut and a play. But you'll see on our little display here, we've got some fabulous projects that have been made by some of the team. Yeah. I think the lovely thing about it as well is that even though they're boxes, you can just cut segments of them and use them as cards. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to show you, I'll show you 1 or 2 of each that the team have done. So we've got a beautiful card here, look at that as well, with the actual bite marks taken out. So good. That's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm guessing that's probably just done with a little circle punch. Or maybe you may have a cloud die, something you could do that with. Then we've got one that's been made into like a little bag. Look at that, it's got a little handle on. How cute is that? Cute. That's just divine. And then we've got a really simple one. Look at that, just 2 pieces cut together, and again it'll rock as well a little bit, so that's fun as well. And then what I will just show you as well, this one, instantly I had made mine at home and I put it on the fireplace so I could look at it, and I thought, why not, as we're coming up to Christmas in a few months, but we're all working on Christmas now, why not do it all in green, make it as a rocking tree. Yeah. So you could actually put Christmas chocolates in there, you could put little socks in there and things. You could have loads of them, you know, and you could be knocking them and the kids could play with them. But that's another lovely little idea. Let's show you a couple of the others as well, because we have got some of the strawberries. So again, we've got the strawberry box. Again, another lovely one. And you've got the stencil as well, so it'll allow you to either go through it with pen, you can go through it with ink, you can put your inks through and heat emboss it. Also, we've got another little beautiful card here with the strawberry on. Oh, that's cute. And that, like, it's just got a little panel there. Look how lovely that is. Oh, yeah. These would be great for like a summer wedding. You might be having a summer wedding outside. And look at this one. Ah, yes. Beautiful bunting. Strawberry bunting. How amazing is that? Yeah. And it's just so fabulous that you could have this around your room. You know, you could even use these as baubles, I think, at Christmas time. Oh, yeah, you could. You know, you could do that kind of traditional shape, aren't they? Yeah. So you could do those at Christmas time as well. And then we'll have a little look at the lemons before we get on with the demo. So let's bring up the little basket and we'll show 1 or 2 of these. And I love these because these are great because you can use it as the box. So you can see how we've got the box there. Cleverly, why not change it into a lime? Lemon and lime. So again, you've got 2 there. Put it onto a card. That's nice. Look how lovely that is, isn't it? And the colours on there, they just make you... my taste buds are getting tingly straight away. I'm like imagining how that is. And then you've got lovely little treat box here with a handle on and a little bow and a tag filled with sweets. How lovely is that? So again, there's lots and lots of different ways of using these. So what we'll do is I'll just bring up my card now and the templates. If you've not already seen these, then they come in the beautiful box as you'd seen on Ben's counter over there. Yeah. All you need to do is grab yourself some cardstock, and even if you've got scraps of cardstock, these will work as long as you've got a piece that is big enough. You don't have to do them all from the same sheet. So you're going to get the base, piece, and you're going to get the base panel that goes in the end to make it into a box.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get the lid piece and the lid section that again makes that into a box. And they're all labelled, so it makes it really easy. You can't go wrong. And then you'll see you've got your little stencil bits here, so you can use the stencil. If you want to. Again, you can go around it with your pens, whatever you want to do. So those are the pieces that we've got. So what I'm going to do, we've already got a few little bits made, because obviously it can take a little bit of time. So I'm going to show you how we do it on the cardstock.
Yeah.
So we've just got some of the beautiful linen cardstock here. All you'll need is a pencil and your scoreboard. Now, if you've limited on what card you've got, you can actually do a little bit of cheating here, because if you're not,
like a bit of cheating.
If you're not great at cutting out, with scissors,
Yeah.
you can put your template right to the edge. If you want to tape it on, you can as well. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go around, and I'm doing the base piece here, so I'm just going to go around with my pencil along there. Like that.
Yeah.
Just keep hold of it. But if you do want to tape it, you can. And then I'm going to just pop a pencil line down there, because that indicates where we're going to score. Now, my pencil is not the sharpest pencil, so I'm just going to check that that has made a mark on there. I think it will have this time. Yeah, I can see that. And then we'll do that there. Now, again, once you've cut that out and folded it, you can rub the pencil lines out if you want to, or you can just turn it the other way around. And then we're going to do this little section as well. So, again, we'll draw around this one, and then do the little lines where the scores would go. And then we can go along these little bits here.
And you can emboss these as well if you wanted, couldn't you? Put these into your machine if you don't want to go around them with your pencil or your pens. That is another option to do it.
Yes.
I like the way you butted it up to the end though, so it saves you a bit of cutting.
It does, and I think because it's a straight line,
yeah,
it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
You might be a total beginner. It might be the first thing you've bought. You might be thinking, I'm just going to dabble in a little bit of like three-dimensional crafts or box making. You might not even have a guillotine or a cutter at this point. Okay, so now you can see that we've got our base and the section that's going to go with it. So, take my scissors. Now, I know Debbie was saying that she likes to cut things out with a knife.
Yes.
I'm more of a scissor person, but you know, if I got to this point here where I wasn't confident, I would possibly do that on my trimmer, on my guillotine as well.
Yeah, that's a good option.
So there's lots of different options. And what you have to remember as well, I think, is if you're cutting, you've got 2 or 3 ways of doing this. You can either cut inside the line, you can cut on the line, or you can cut on the outer edge of the line. As long as you do that with all your pieces on each one that you've drawn around, then it should fit together perfectly. Sometimes you think, do I do it on the line? Do I do it on the outer section? Do I do it on the inner section? But just bear that in mind when you're actually doing that. Now, I'm going to just trim off my little tabs here. Okay, there. I think I've missed a pencil line there, but it's okay. I can do that on the scoreboard because I know kind of where that's going. Okay, so once you've cut both your pieces out, you just need to bring in your scoreboard and just grab the scoreboard. Is
construction something that you do a lot as a crafter, or something that you do now and again?
Oh gosh, I do it all the time.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm just going to grab a score tool. Yeah, I absolutely love making anything really out of nothing. I really do enjoy construction. I always have enjoyed construction. So, boxes, like little houses. I like to put things in frames.
Yeah.
I just love doing anything like that that needs a bit of 3-dimension with it. Has a bit of 3-dimension with it.
Oh, okay.
And I also like to, if I can put a set of lights in there as well.
Oh, yes.
I love to do that too.
Dee Rob loves lights, doesn't she? Our Debbie Robinson.
Yes.
She loves to get her lights, and loves a light box, Debbie does.
Yeah, definitely. Now then, I'm going to fold this over like this. I think I've scored a little bit hard there. But you know what you can do as well? You can actually ink around the edge of this So then you would have, this is quite simple, this one, because all you need to do is put your tape on there or glue it and pop that together.
Yeah.
So let's show you how to cut this piece out, and then once we've cut it out, we can bring in the other box that's already prepared, because I know we've got things to get through as well.
You're all right, Sheila.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
For time?
Just when they start shouting at you in the gallery, that's when you need to move on. When George is like, get out, Sheila! That's when you know you need to start moving on. But he's quiet at the moment, so you're fine.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. Very often when you're a demonstrator, you get, you know, like if you're doing TV and stuff, it's like, have you got a quick 3-minute demo? And you go, well, I'll try. We've got 3 minutes left. And you go, oh my goodness, okay, I've just got time to stamp something. But, that depends on how busy the show's been. And so,
It's why you're all very skilled, you see, because if we need a 3-minute demo, you can do it. If we need a long 20-minute demo, you can do it.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to score down the line there. I'm not going to go quite as hard this time. And then we'll go, right, okay, I'm going to do this a little bit further along here. Because we've no measurements as such, you're just going to have to look at where you can place, your line on the board.
Yeah.
And then go down there like that. And then obviously we can, that's better. I was a bit heavy-handed with the tool before, so okay, I can just burnish that a little bit there, and then we'll do that one.
Okay.
Okay, now we can pop that to one side. Now you have got as well, this is where you've got your little, almost like little V's, and we have to have those in because that's what allows the curvature on the actual box. If we didn't have that, it wouldn't curve and fit to the shape of the melon. So those are just a little V there. You can cut those with your smaller scissors. It's a little bit easier. So this is really going back to how we used to make boxes before we even had templates. When we're at school, we would have done things like this to go make something curved or have a bit of an arc with it. So you can see now that when we do that, that linen card is going to just bend round nicely. Yeah. So, okay, so what we'll do now, I will just get my tape runner. Now, normally when I'm doing any kind of construction, I would use either a stronger glue or a red liner tape, because obviously that's nice and strong. But for this, I'm just going to use the tape runner. Okay.
If people are doing this for the first time, what would you say then? Like, would the tape runner probably be easier than glue? I suppose it sticks quicker, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, yeah. Well, now, because I've got little gaps here, I think I'm going to go along with the dots, just like that. Okay, there we go. And then this can then fit into here, like this. So what we're going to do is bend those down, pop that into there, like that, and then we'll bring this round. So if you're using glue, if you're a beginner and you've only got glue, you can use a peg or a little, a little clip or something that will hold it, or even some like masking tape just to go around. And then as you are putting it together, you just need to give that a little bit of a push. Yeah. And sometimes you have to just go inside as well and line it up like that. I'll try and do it so my head's not in the way. Okay, and then we can pop that other tab back on there now, like that. Yeah, I would always use like red liners tape, I think. Yeah. But for the purpose of the demo, because I've already got one made up here, so, and that's how it would all kind of go together, like that. Okay? So that's how it would go. So we're going to bring in the one that we've already got prepared here. And then you'll see as well in the packet, you've got dies. So you've got two little kind of arcs, and you've also got two rectangles. Now they're bigger and smaller. There's two different sizes. And the purpose of that is so that you can create this. So what you would do is you would cut one from green. The smaller ones are cut in green. and then they go on to the white ones, so they give you that lovely edge, as you can see there. Okay, so we've got some already prepared here. Okay, and then you've got your stamps, so you can stamp onto, it's sticking on the little dots there. So you've got the, obviously you've got the stamps, and you can cut those out into whatever shape you want. If you've got dies or punches, you can do that. So let's bring in the top of the box and let's show you how to apply this. So this is just going to pop on there. Okay, now this one has been inked through and embossed with embossing powder.
Okay.
So it's nice and glossy.
Yeah.
You'll notice as well that you've got the...
Do you mean heat embossed, yeah?
Yes, heat embossed, sorry, yes. Yes, so you've got the... also, you've got the little... stencil to use on the sides as well. I couldn't think of the word because I'm not sure. They're like seeds, aren't they?
Seeds, yeah.
I'm thinking, what are these? But they're seeds.
But they're seeds.
They're seeds, yeah.
Do you like watermelon?
No, I don't. I'm not keen on the texture of watermelon, but I do love honeydew.
Honeydew's lovely,
and
isn't it?
the is it Galia, however you say it?
Yeah.
And then what's the other one? I bought one yesterday actually, and it's very orange inside.
Ooh,
Cantaloupe.
Oh, cantaloupe.
Yes.
Cantaloupe.
So I got one of those yesterday. Yeah, I do love melon. I've always loved melon.
Very refreshing, isn't it?
Yes.
I remember as a kid, we used to obviously like have
Beautiful.
apples and bananas and pears in the fruit bowl, but if Mum bought a melon, it was like the biggest
Oh,
treat.
it's such a treat, isn't it?
A real treat as a
Definitely.
kid, yeah, to have melon.
My other favourite thing in fruit is pomegranate.
Oh, yes. Pomegranate was like the poshest fruit you could possibly have when I was a kid.
Yes.
Yeah, you ever had pomegranate? My goodness me.
And I think when I was little, pomegranates were like something like, 10, 15p, and now they're like over £1.
10, 15 pounds.
10 or 15 pounds, yeah, in weight.
Yeah.
But myself and my brother-in-law, we used to actually just love having pomegranates, and we used to see who could. It was a competition to see back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, who could find the biggest pomegranate. We used to ring each other up on the standard telephone and say, "Oh my goodness, I've got the biggest pomegranate." You're going to be so jealous.
Pomegranate wars.
Pomegranate is amazing. So there we go. So you're wanting a melon. You've got your little melon box there. Let's turn it to the front there, then you can see it. But you can see how nice they make up. But like we were saying before, if we had did it all in green, you could use these as baubles and emboss them, and that would create a rocking Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So there's always that idea as well.
Absolutely brilliant. Such a great project. And talking to Christmas, where has that comment gone? Somebody said you could add a little... oh, that was it. Valencia Brown. Add a little bell to that and you could make an elf hat. Absolutely. I think that would look great.
Oh, yes.
Louise says, sounds strange, but it's a long time since I've used a pencil. I know what you mean. I think in this sort of day and age of computers and tablets and phones, you don't really pick up a pen or a pencil that often, do you? Carolyn says, welcome, Sheila. I thought you were brave to join up with this crazy crew, but then I saw you the other day with Debbie and I realised you'll fit right in.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking as well? What's really weird, when people say you're meant to be in a certain place at a certain time.
Yeah.
And we were talking about our cars, and all three of us have got a Kia. How weird is that? And all the names of the Kias begin with S. And I thought, oh gosh, we're meant to be together, aren't we?
Do they call that serendipity, I think, don't they? Kathy Green says, loved your opening of the paper pads this morning, Ben. Yeah, more of that tomorrow. Hello to Colleen. Hello to Carol G. Says, the fruit boxes are making my mouth water. And Robin says, or a birthday cake, and each box could be a goodie bag. That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, like slices of a birthday cake, the watermelon could be. So this is when you know you've got a great collection, when you guys are coming up with other ideas that we've not even thought of yet. Anne says, does Ben write the puns and it's better? Anne, I'm as surprised as you. But they never asked me. Like, with a collection like this, you'd think, oh, who's the punniest guy in the business? Ben. You'd think, wouldn't you? But they never, ever do. Maybe one day. That's why I keep saying I want them to do like a dad joke collection, like some dad joke stamps or some, like come on, this guy, seriously. Nothing else, like I can't come up with anything else, but like jokes, come on. Come on. Anyway, come on, what are you waiting for? This collection, though, is yours tariff-free. So very, very quickly, you're going to see in this set the very best, which is your strawberry. So it's all template-based, basically, which, again, keeps the cost down for you. You've got your one die in each set, or die set. So that's the calyx for your strawberry, and then all your sentiments in there. So you've got thank you very much, you're the very best, have a berry birthday. Then you've got your lemon in there, could be a lime, could be an orange, could be a grapefruit, die, stencils or templates, and then your sentiments, squeeze the day, the zest is yet to come, live your zest life. And then you've got what Sheila was just using there, the one in a melon, which is all the templates, dies and stamps. And don't forget, Showstopper's the best option. UK viewers, you can buy individually. Those are all listed for you on Shop the Day. US viewers, I mean, you can buy individually if you want, but you'll be charged your tariff. If you go for this bundle, it's tariff-free. You get all the brand new fruit boxes. We're giving you a Fryer Brown ink pad in the quick dry. You've got a bottle of the Carlisle tacky glue, and then you've also got 30 sheets of Centura Pearl as well. So the Christmas green, Christmas red, and then you've got your pale gold in the Centura metallic. That is £36 or $51.20 and tariff-free as well. Sheila, thank you so much. That's it from you on Wake Up Call for now. Debbie's going to step in a second, but
yes.
We'll see you in 60-minute deals, won't we, in a bit?
Yes, I think so, yes. Yeah.
Oh, no, you definitely are.
Oh, am I? Okay, I'll see you then.
Throwing Sheila in at the deep end today. We'll see Sheila in just a bit. We'll have a short break, give you time to get your baskets checked out. And when we come back, Debbie is going to be with us. So we'll see you back in about 4 minutes.
Why do I love Crafter's Companion? Well, you've got two comedians, Dan and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant. When they do their shows, they're so comical when it comes down to wrestling. I know I took the mick out of Craig with his watch. Said it must have come from a Christmas cracker, but I like his watch. I think it's brilliant. Anyway, I've had to get myself off the floor. I had to use my Vernon Hoover to suck me up off the floor, and I had to use my foam on a roll to keep me secured up so I don't fall over again, because I'm still in shock, because we know Platinum Plus for life, so I'm Plat Plus. Speak soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Hi, my name's Amelia Sirocco. Ben challenged us to write a limerick and he sang mine on Crafters TV, so I'm giving it another go. Advance notice, producer Johnny, sorry. When Sarah was gone, we were sad, but now she is back and we're glad. Showstoppers each day say what? Shout hip hooray, my packages are on their way. Thanks for all you do.
My favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters. the laughter and the giggles and the dressing up and the jokes.
Really fun and really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well.
The personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators.
The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented.
I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV.
Well, you got two comedians, Dan and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant.
Presenters are great. Demonstrators are great.
Number one is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects.
You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help.
Personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV.
For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family.
And get me a chuckle. It just feels like you're right there in my living room.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community. I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends. And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials. Be it on CTV, Facebook, or YouTube, everyone is so supportive and I've learned so much. Most of all is the good times and lots of laughs which have gotten me through some tough days. I also love my crafty friends and to the CC team. Thank you and keep up the good work.
Everybody, thanks for shopping with us today. Cindy Rossi Richmond said, is Sheila new to CC? Yes. She is very nice and I like her personality. She's lovely, Sheila. She's known, I think, most of us for many, many years. Very experienced crafter who's been in the business a very long time. Very good at crafting and a lovely personality, Debbie, as well, isn't she, our Sheila?
Good morning, everyone. Do you know what? I was literally just saying to her, she is like a breath of fresh air, and I think she is just such an amazing fit and brilliant at what she does. Do you know what I love the most, though, Ben, as well?
Yeah.
Even though we're the three women now, I feel like her take on things is so different to mine and Debbie's. So having that sort of another dimension in the team is fantastic. So yes, absolutely, and keep sending Sheila your best wishes because she's loving all your comments because you're being so kind, and why wouldn't you be when you've got an amazing demonstrator that's going to be on your screens a lot more now. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep the comments coming through. Sheila's going to be with you tonight as well from 5 for a sort of special Craft Your Stash show where we're going to be featuring something which Debbie will show you in just a few moments' time. And in case you have just joined us, after this show at 2 o'clock this afternoon, it's 60-minute deals. So we obviously can't preview what's on that show because, you know, we don't know. The deals are only live for 60 minutes. So make sure you check the web about 10 minutes before 2 o'clock. Deals will go live. You'll have 1 hour to shop them with me, Debbie and Sheila, and then they'll come off about 10 minutes after. At 5 o'clock, you've then got Sheila crafting with what we're about to show you here. But in between time, so 3:30 till 5, which is going to be 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, we've got HSN preview. So it's me and Sarah for around about an hour and a half previewing everything which is going to be coming up on the craft day on HSN on Tuesday. And listen, it's a great opportunity for you not only to jump in and see Sarah, but also to see all of the Christmas launches that we've got for you. And of course, as per usual in that show, if you jump in and watch, you can comment away and we'll be giving away some goodies as well. So make sure you join us for that. Loads of crafting to come. But this, Debbie, is what Sheila's going to be working with later on. And it's the beautiful vintage rose, isn't it?
How amazing. I love the vintage rose. We brought this back to you. I'm going to show you some samples because why wouldn't I? They're beautiful. There is so many elements in this and I love that we've brought the vintage rose back to you. It will be available later on, so make sure you keep checking in. This for me is one of the best pieces, is the embossing folder. I absolutely love it. It's so stunning. But there's lots of really cool elements. The 6x6 paper pad is in as well. Normally when we bring you back something, we don't get the larger paper pad, and but we've got the 6x6 one. Love this one. So making an easel card out of those beautiful dies. We've got flower forming foam as well. We've got this beautiful stamp, which is what we're going to be using in the demo. I thought, why don't we do a bit of colouring?
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel like I've done a bit of colouring for a little while.
Yeah.
So let's do some colouring. We've got beautiful border dies. But this embossing folder. Now, if I show you this, I mean, looks really lovely, quite vintage. It's been distressed quite a bit. I think that's lovely.
Oh, wow.
But I'm going to show you this one, which is the same, coloured in a completely different way.
No way.
How
Hang on.
amazing is that?
Can you side by side those, please?
Yes, I can.
That's like two completely different.
Let me put it that way. Look at that.
Yeah.
Which just shows you, depending on your skill level, if you just want to use some water, reactive ink pads, you want to paint it, if you want to use your alcohol pens, this is just extraordinary, isn't it? It's beautifully coloured. And actually, if nobody's ever coloured an embossing folder in with their alcohol pens, give it a try, because it's one of my favourite things to do. Takes that little bit longer, but it makes such a massive difference with the finished results, because the lines are embossed, it's really easy to follow the lines round, and it's just beautiful. We're not going to be doing the embossing folder. We are going to be doing that beautiful stamp, which is our rose bouquet,
yes.
Or rose bucket, as it was if it was the telly
keeping up
programme.
appearances. I love that show.
I used to love it as well. Brilliant programme, keeping up appearances. Yes, Mrs. Bouquet, and her name was actually Bucket. Right, and what we are going to do, let me bring in, I've already stamped this out just for quickness, but it does stamp absolutely beautiful, and you can see how large this stamp is. It's a really nice large stamp. What's nice about this is it also comes with a cutting die, so you can actually, now the cutting die is really clever, because the cutting die comes in two parts, so it's not a full cutting die. It is a full cutting die if you put it both together, so you can cut the entire thing out, or you can just use one side. And if you just use one side, I knew I'd take the wrong side, you can actually cut that so you can see just on the edge like that, which is what we're going to do. But I'm going to colour it in first. I always do that, and then I always get told off. Debbie always tells me off. She always says, you need to cut it before you colour it, because what if your die cut slips? But I've got a finished one, so it doesn't matter. But if you're at home, yes, it's probably best just to have a finished one, one that's cut before you start colouring. Now, I'm going to bring you all my pens that I've got here. At home, I actually use my Classiques, and then I just thought for quickness, I am going to bring in my Tri-Blend pens. We don't have the Tri-Blend pens in stock at the moment.
No.
But they are the same as your Classics, but we do more colours in the Classic, and I use a darker CG4. So I've got my my citrus, so it's the citrus green blend. So I've got that, which is in our three colours, CG 1, 2 and 3, and then I've used the 4 as well, just to give a darker leaf on that. I've also just used, because I want to do a little bit of a different leaf, so we're going to use our dull green, and then my colours that I'm using on my flowers are, I don't want the red one, we're going to use the coral shades and the magenta blend. I like the coral shades because it's more of a red colour, but it's an orangey red, so that's why I took the red out as well. So that one's quite a deep dark red, and then we do that red one as well. And then I've also got the MG5, which is the magenta shades. So for the magenta, I've got the MG 1, 2, 3, and then I've got the 5. So I'm only going to use the 3 pen blend system. I just wanted a darker one. So let's start off first of all with the magenta, and I'm going to start with the mid colour, because the lightest colour on the magenta, and I will show you, is a really light sort of quite a bright pink, and I don't really want it that bright, so I'm going to start with the middle colour, and we're going to do just those ends onto there. So just bringing that down, and then I'm going to bring in my darkest shade around that one. Now we've gone into light, dark, and then we're just going to blend just around here. You can see I'm still not going right to the middle section. I am one of these people that think, don't colour it all in and waste your ink. You might as well just colour where it's needed.
Yeah.
Then I'm coming in with my Illustrator, which is my MG5. And then we're just going to tickle that colour into that middle section. And what that's going to do is give me that shading. And then ideally, I would then go back in. So go back in with your darkest one.
It's interesting to see this. I can only think on a couple of occasions I've seen, normally if you're using tri-blends, or see like you colour with tri-blends, or if you're colouring with Classiques, you'll colour with Classiques. I've never seen someone colour with like the tri-blends and then bring in some illustrators. But it's the same
Yes.
colours, isn't it?
It's the same colour family, but what the best thing about it is that you're getting the darker colours then, because some of these colours, like the MG5, we don't do in a darker colour pen.
Yeah.
So that gives us our sort of blend in there. So I'm just going to do a few. I do have a finished one, but I thought while we can, let's just do a little bit of colouring.
Just a question from Magpie.
Yes.
What options are available for people who don't want to use alcohol markers? Is there an easy way to make stamp images look complete?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you could stamp with water reactive pens,
Yeah.
and then what you could do is use a spritzer and spritz it, and then it will colour them in. You can also paint with a paintbrush, glitter markers, aqua pens, glitter. I've got glitter pens, so many different ones that you can use. And what I would say is, if you are not someone that is good with alcohol colouring, or it's not your choice of medium, I would say just have a play with whatever is your choice of medium.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful stamp to play with. It's just one of those really nice stamps. You know, it was our Craig's favourite. He took this stamp wherever he went.
He did.
So it's just one of those that really it enables you to be even a better colourist than what you think you are. So there's just so much that you can do with these. But yes, I would say if you like watercolours, I know our Sheila, she loves watercolours. So I think we'll see a lot more colouring with watercolours from our Sheila.
Yeah.
Me and Debbie are definitely alcohol marker girls. We love our alcohol pens. I think it's you do you.
That's it.
Whatever your choice is, whatever you like the most, you absolutely pick what there is. But for ease of use, I would say stamp in a colour, and then you can draw out that colour with a paintbrush.
Magpie says, thank you, great idea. And I mean, it's just interesting to watch you as well, for people who are new, again, to our alcohol markers, that you colour kind of section by section here, don't you? And what's the reason behind that again?
Yeah, brilliant question, Ben, because alcohol markers dry very quickly, and you want them to blend into the next colour.
Yeah.
So if you leave it for too long, it's just not going to blend together.
Right.
And it's why we also go over it twice, because that allows it to sort of dry into the next colour. But what our achievement is to try and not see that line that goes from one
Like
colour
the
to the
join.
next.
Yeah.
We want sort of that seamless blend that's going into there, and that's why we use that 3-colour blend system. Some people love to colour with their darkest colour first.
Yes.
So, and they go from their darkest colour to their lightest colour.
That in my mind would seem harder to do. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I prefer to go from light to dark, and the reason being is because the lightest colour of lightest colour of pen has the most content of alcohol.
Yes.
So it will blend more into a third colour or a second colour.
I mean, I don't, well, as you guys know, I like to have a go, and I'm by no means brilliant at crafting, and I'm by no means brilliant at colouring, but the tri-blend system is what I understand the most, and when I do colour and try to do blending, I find like these work brilliantly for me, because I get how you're supposed to use them and how you get that blend. It doesn't necessarily always work out the way it should, but
I love it, Ben, because actually for you, because I know we've coloured an alcohol embossing folder before, haven't we, where you've done that. And the thing is, once you get it, you get it.
You get it, yeah.
It's like one of those magic things that you think, I get it now, and I understand the blending, I understand going back over those colours. Because what you don't want to do, I don't want to take my lightest colour, and I'll show you on here, I don't want to go over this and my lightest colour then go on my darkest colour, because what that's going to do, and I will show you actually, if you go over that, what that's going to do is bleach out the colour. So can you see it's starting to lighten now? It will start to bleach out that colour, and I don't want it to do that. So you then go back over it, you can then go back with your darkest colour, because the lightest colour will bleach that colour out, and I don't want that to bleach out. We want that to be a really nice colour. And that's all you're going to do. That's the whole sort of premise of being able to use that darkest colour. So that's going to look beautiful. And then I'll just show you in a different colour, so that's part of that. We're going for our coral blends. And I'm going to do the same. So my lightest colour, although it doesn't look too light, but it is going to be more of a red rose, but more of a sort of that deep orange colour. And then we're going to do the same with the 3-pen blend system. We go from our light colour to our medium and then back to our dark colour in the middle. And the level of a depth that you get in there is absolutely incredible.
And if you sat and coloured that start to finish, how long would that take you to do?
So I would say I could probably have this coloured. I mean, what have we spent? Maybe 10 minutes.
Half an hour?
And it's probably done a quarter of it. I would say half an hour.
40
I
minutes,
think half an hour you could absolutely get that done. If you want to take a bit longer, again, colouring should be a mindful thing.
Yeah.
Should be something that you just get so much enjoyment out of. What I love about these, and this stamp is available, is stamp some out and get a lap tray and colour while you're in front of the telly, colour while you're at the kitchen table, colour while you're talking to someone. Unless you're Sarah, obviously, because then she goes into a colouring coma and she can't talk. So if you've got people round, you don't want to be colouring because you might just ignore them. And you don't want to ignore them. So it's just a case of going round, blending all those colours in, and just making that look beautiful. Now, one more tip here. So I'm going to bring in, I've got my colours here of my greens. I want to use my citrus blend, but I want to use the lightest of my dull blend. And all I'm going to do with this one is let's just go here. So we want the tip to show that lightest colour. And then I'm going to go to my darkest colour here, because what I want to do is add just some shading, because leaves aren't all the same colour. So it's just a case of going round, adding that in, so you can see already the depth of colour and light that we've got on there. Go back in then with your lightest colour. There's no harm in using a different green if that's what you want. If you want a different tone, really easy to do. And then I'm going to go in with a mid colour just to add a little bit of variation around the little in the centre. And look at that, it gives you just that real light and shade on there, which I absolutely love. And then if I bring in my finish one, so this is my finish one, cut out, die cut out of the side.
That's incredible.
The depth on there, and then I've just got some little dewdrops which I've popped on there just to make that look like they've got a little bit of dew on them. And then I've die cut it out, so you just carry on with this, then that creates this topper. So you can see what a beautiful roses it is. And then I've just got some extras here. So I've got Friends of Flowers in the Garden of Life. How nice is that?
That's cute.
So we're just going to make this into a very quick card. So I've used, now because we've got, I don't think it's the big pad in stock, is it? It's the 6x6, but we can check that later. I couldn't fit it on a bigger card. So what I decided to do, I've got some lovely bright linen cardstock. So we're just going to place this on the bottom. I would also be gutting this lovely pink cardstock to use for something else, but just for demo purposes, we're just going to use this for our mats and layers. So that will be on the middle here, like so. Then our white one. So don't be afraid to add mats and layers. What I would suggest though, if you've got lots of mats and layers that weigh your card down, make sure that you just put a line in inside your card, put a couple of layers in there, and that way your card won't be top heavy.
Yeah.
So place that like this. And then, so what I thought with this one, I would use it to go to the edge, because we're not going to see one edge of this. So we're going to place this to the right hand side.
Ah, clever.
Like that. And then this one then would go on the edge, and then I've just used a little tiny bit that's going to go down the side there just to be creative. In fact, I think I might put that onto some foam pads.
That's so funny, when you initially lined that up, I was like, oh, she's got the measurement wrong on that. I think that's like one of my mats and layers, that is.
What's that saying? Trust in the process. I'm just going to grab myself some foam pads. Oh, got some nice big ones. They're huge.
Oh, they are big ones.
I haven't had ones like that before.
No, then we get the teeny weeny ones, don't we? Teresa says, I've got my lap tray out and I did my colouring of the rose. She says, I'm just practising my blending. That's Teresa.
Amazing. And actually, this is a brilliant stamp to practice your blending with.
Yeah.
So we're just going to place that over that side, like so. So you would never think our paper was cut short. And then we're going to add this onto here, right into that section. And then I've just got a little bow for good measure. I do like to pop a bow on. Let's pop that just at the side there. And there we go. There's our finished card.
That is stunning. You're getting a lot of lovely comments coming through for the colouring there, Debbie. Absolutely brilliant. And
Thank
again,
you.
worth kind of saving this show, not only for Sheila's brilliant mate with the box, so then you've got more inspiration with the boxes once you get those back, but also just to kind of spend 10 minutes with Debbie there, just going over again how you use the tri-blend pens to get the very best out of them so that you can then practice your blending and become a better colourist with them. Stunning, Debbie, says Cindy Rossi Richmond. Adrienne says, that is beautiful. And Paul Prince ×4 says, I am loving this card, Debbie. Tons of inspiration. There's more on that this afternoon, live from 5 with Sheila, so you can spend an hour with Sheila a little bit later on. Make sure you're in, send lots of lovely comments through, but that is coming up later. And without giving too much away, we've got 60-minute deals at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And you might have noticed we didn't put the details up on the screen for that bundle there. I wonder why that could be. 60-minute deals coming up. I wonder if I put 2 and 2 together, what could be coming up on that show at a price for 1 hour? Could be... Anyway, I can't say anything really too much. Debbie, thank you so much. So 60-minute deals in just over an hour. It's you and me first up, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I'm doing the first half hour and then I'm going home. So Sheila's going to take on the next half hour and be in tonight at 5. So please join Sheila at 5 o'clock tonight because she's going to be just chatting to you. You can ask her whatever you want. It's going to be a fun show. But 60-minute deals. Amazing deals.
Yeah, you'll have to be in. They'll go live on the website in about an hour's time. You have an hour to shop them with us. Me and Debbie, then me and Sheila, then me and Sarah for HSN Preview, then Sheila on her own. There's loads of crafty shows still to come. Make sure you stick with us. We'll see you in an hour. Bye for now.